Shalom, brothers and sisters. Your brother ISRAELITES from the Northern Kingdom, bringing some edification for you Negro, Latino, and Indigenous who are the biblical Israelites. And before we start, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, Rakakidash, that Yahweh, being the name of the Lord, not Jehovah, or God, or Yah, or Ahaya. It's Yahweh, the creator of all the Ancient of Days. Bahasham is in the name of, and Yahweh Shai is the one you guys call Jesus or the Christ, signally speaking. We give double honors to elders in GMS where we learn this truth. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down in the highways and byways, giving the 100% truth day and night. Shalom to you. And shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, Labakar in the Hebrew, the house of David being rebuilt as we speak. Shalom to you. And shalom to the speckled birds among the heathen nations that look like the heathen nations, but return to the house of Israel and are being edified by these videos. Shalom to you. The day today is August 4th of 2025, our hopeful year of salvation and the destruction of the nation of Edom. And I wanted to do a video on this, and really the Spirit really came down to do this video because I was gonna hold off on it, but really the Spirit just said, "Nah, this is something you have to do to bring it out there, because somebody's gonna get something out of this." Okay, and so I was just impelled to do it. So this is a channel I've been following. This is filmed in Mexico by a Korean young lady, okay, which I believe she's an Israelite. That's up to debate for anybody, but I believe she's an Israelite. And she's been living in Mexico, I believe, 5 years. She's got her Mexican passport now, her citizenship. And she's been bringing her parents, and they've been encountering Mexico. And she's interviewing them after the many times that they've come to Mexico and experienced Mexico, the food, the people. And I think the last trip I saw, she took them to Cancun, which her mother had already been there, but her father, he's the bread maker. He's always busy. Now, I believe he's retired now, but his health is catching up to him, because over there, those Asians, so-called Chinese, Japanese, their culture is just work. And that's why they die at a very early age, 40 some years old, or become alcoholics because they have no outlet. Their whole society is about working, okay, and that's why she had to leave Korea too, because she as a woman over there, she was a failure, and when she came to Mexico, she found basically a new life, a new existence, happiness, right? And she's basically been around her people, and that's how she basically gained her life again and created a new life and all this. And so she's going to start interviewing her father about what he missed about Mexico compared to Korea. But before we start, we want to fair use. Okay, this is not my video. I didn't make it, but I'm going to comment on it. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, parody, which does not infringe on copyright under 17 USC. So again, I'm going to just comment on this video, which is not mine. And again, the channel is called Chingu Amiga, okay? And she's films out of Mexico City, but she travels around Latin America too, okay? And she's become very famous in Mexico that so many Koreans have been going to Mexico now, okay? So she's going to be basically asking her father these questions.
It was a really impressive experience for me to have Mexico in my life. When I came back home after visiting Mexico, there was seriously a lot of things in my mind, mostly beautiful things. First would be people, Korean people.
So he's explaining basically the time he spent in Mexico, then he returned to Korea, and he's basically breaking it down. You know, my mind was different. I was thinking different. People in Mexico are very different. And he's going to explain. He's going to comment on that.
Not much smile, but Mexico people have a much beautiful smile than Korea people.
Mira qué interesante, sintió la misma cosa, lo que siento, ¿no?
Culture.
So she's saying it in Spanish. That's the one thing I noticed when I returned back to Korea, that people are so serious. They're so stern. There's no smile. There's no laughter. There's no nothing. But in Mexico, people, I don't care how rich you are, how poor you are, they smile at you. They say hello. You know, culturally, and she said that was one thing that was a huge thing for her. And now her father is saying the same thing. Okay?
Mexico people, very strong pride for their traditional culture. It was unbelievable, really strong pride they have. Korea, slightly less than Mexico's such.
So he's showing you how proud Mexican people are of their culture. And he was so astonished at that. It's kind of refreshing, as you would say, because he's saying Korean people are not very promotive of their country, or so cultural of their country, or patriotic. Thank you, patriotic, brothers. So they're showing you how Mexicans are very patriotic and how they promote their culture. And he was showing the difference between that, Mexico and Korea.
Yeah, it is. Mexico is much strong for just
even the mother's saying that. So just for commenting, I believe these two individuals are Israelites. I do not believe the mother is an Israelite, right? Because we know that you are who your father is, and that's why it's important. But what this man is saying, and it's connecting what she's saying, okay?
Korea for strong, distinguished just season, but mostly very mild.
Pero eso depende del lugar, porque tú todavía no fuiste a Monterrey, de donde vivía yo, porque tú sí fuiste, ¿no? Sí, Monterrey strong. Monterrey. La otra razón por qué vinieron ellos, en vez de yo voy, es
because they're telling them why you're coming at this time, because the climate and everything in Mexico is more. You know, everybody appreciates that, but that's what he's saying. But she's like, I lived in the north of Mexico, it wasn't the same. So he's breaking that down.
Por el clima, dije que mamá, la neta no quiero ir. El clima es la verdad, y pues lo de
origin nature slightly different. Mexican people all are very kind, very nice.
Básicamente es
very sociable, very amable. So very easy to hablar con persona.
Oh, another thing, okay, brothers and sisters, this guy's so passionate of Mexico that he found tequila that he started learning Spanish, because he started learning the culture and what tequila means. And so she interviewed him in Spanish, and he's learning Spanish because of tequila. He's so passionate about that. Okay, so another thing, what people, are just so passionate that believe in something, that now all of a sudden they're diving head in to learn the culture, to learn everything.
Te hizo difícil de hablar con las personas en Corea.
Yeah, but Korea, most right, when they come across, they don't make a smile.
A ver, entonces, aquí ahorita está diciendo buen día a todos.
Yeah.
Pero en Corea lo hiciste, por el hábito.
No, then the Korea people may think about me, he's crazy.
Right, so he's basically saying, here in Mexico, everybody say good morning, good afternoon. He said in Mexico, in Korea, you say that, they're going to think you're crazy. I'm talking to a stranger. Why is he saying good morning and good afternoon? That's not culturally acceptable. So that's what they're laughing of, the differences in Mexico than in Korea.
But in Mexico, I walk through the street, I smile, greeting with the eye, then just all persona and same eye greeting. so the mind would be very peaceful and friendly. So the make my mind very happy, very easy. But Korea, if I try to do that, then they might think he's crazy guy. So that's different.
Por eso viniste, entonces.
Very important reason is tequila.
So,
baby.
So his daughter asked him, why did you come to Mexico? And he's basically, she's going to say, oh, because I love you, come visit you. He said, no, I came for tequila.
Ese día algo cambió dentro del Otso. What is tequila? Even though Mexican also don't know. What is tequila? Tequila means...
So he's telling Mexicans don't know the value of tequila. Why? Because they always have tequila. He said, look, I live in Korea. I take tequila with me. But then I get run out of tequila. I have to buy tequila in the market. It's not the same. So he's just showing you.
Tequila's taste. Just I'm crazy guy for tequila and mezcal too.
집에 많이 가져왔잖아. 다 먹었어?
Yeah, I have
다 먹었어?
almost 5 bottles of tequila, 3 bottles of mezcal. I already drunk it. And also...
So you already know he's a Jake. He'd be drinking, just because you're drinking out of Jake, but he's sociable, he's things like this, right? He was sending her videos of how he's, making food and how to make drinks, Mexican stuff in Korea.
I bought 2 tequila in Korea marketplace. A slightly different taste. It's true. It's true. I'm not lying.
So that's it, brothers. I didn't want to make this too long, but you see his enthusiasm, right, for Mexico and those things, because, like I said, he said when he comes to Mexico, it's like he's in a dream, like reliving, and that's one of the things he wants to do is go to Jalisco, Mexico, and this is what this video was about, that she's making this dream for him, because he said, his health is not so good, he's got to do surgeries, he's like, I might die, I'm not even, and I want to go visit this, and right, so he's, and we all hear those stories, right? We all have heard those stories, so let's start with this. Right? This is James 1:1. A servant of God and of Yahushua Mashiach, right? To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. And this was supposed to be the first book in the First Testament, if you've done research, and this is how it was supposed to open. Not Matthew, but James 1:1. Okay, so that's how it should have been open, the New Testament. And if you've done your research, right? Let's get another verse. Ezekiel 36:18. Therefore I poured my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land, and for their idols wherein they had polluted it. And that's explaining what the northern kingdom did, right? And the rest of the house of Israel, and the southern kingdom. Verse 19. And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries, according to their way and according to their doings. I judged them, right? I judged them. And that's a powerful word, man. That's a powerful word. Let me see. Let's look at that word. Scattered. Dispersed to the country. Judge, what? Shapat, right?
Strong's H, 8199. Shaphat.
Right, Shapat. Right? You see the judgment. To judge, govern, vindicate, punish. To act as a lawgiver or judge or governor of God or man. To rule, govern, judge. So we got judge, brothers and sisters. Okay, that's what we are dispersed among the nations. Okay, and you have to understand that the Israelites are going to come looking like the other nations, like the heathens. Okay, and you have to understand why, because the Lord has scattered us among them. Okay, let's get that. Let's get that last verse. Let's see. Let's get Isaiah. There it is. Isaiah 11:11. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall set his hand against a second time. Okay, this is the second coming of the Mashiach. To recover the remnant of his people, what he shall be left from Assyria, from Egypt, from Pathros, from Cush, from Elam, from Shinar, from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. All right? Let's see. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and he'll assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. So that's it, brothers and sisters. You have to understand the time we're in, the time of the Gentiles, the strangers, the Israelites that are among all nations. That's the time that's happening as we speak. This gospel has gone around the whole world. This true gospel of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, and now the elect are waking up all over the world. So that's it, brothers and sisters. I hope you guys got edified and understand that the strangers, the Israelite foreigners, are coming out, and you're going to start seeing more of them. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Barakatham, Rakakadash, Aman.